Oh yeah, let's get it! We start out with my boy Vegito pulling up to the scene with a fresh new look. Fit was so clean that his whole body was glistening, and Vegito takes no time taking his new body on a test run. He starts running his Mike Tyson combos, making sure his controller is plugged in properly, and then he proceeds to showcase why he is indeed him. Because with one punch, this man is able to cut Buuhan's skin without even touching him. But despite this, Buuhan is still talking crazy. He talking about those other two are starting to bore me. Now I'll finally have some competition. Like, dog, you're about to get whooped like your mom caught you playing the Switch under the covers. You're cooked. Anyways, Vegito calls Buuhan a bitch, and this causes Buuhan to get mad and lunge at Vegito. But he weaves the attack and kicks Buu right in the face, and he follows up with some punches, ending off with the cleanest kick in the series. Buuhan tries to get his lick back by comboing Vegito, but Vegito treating those punches like a Caniac combo, straight eats. Buuhan hits Vegito with a ki blast, destroying the surrounding area. And bro, look at this nigga's face. He really thinking he's stunning on niggas. Like, dog, no you're not. To no one's surprise, Vegito shrugs it off and then proceeds to hit Buu with the same combo from earlier. But this time he hits Buu with that Ash Cash finisher, blasting all over his face. Pause. The attack got Buu looking like an old ass piece of chewed bubblegum. Nigga was founded under the desk. After regenerating, he proceeds to chart up a large ki blast and launches it directly towards Vegito. But unfortunately, Buuhan doesn't understand that Vegito is just him, because he proceeds to catch the attack barehanded and then walks that bit towards Buuhan. But Buu manages to weave out the way, avoiding certain death. But I want y'all to peep this scene right here. Dog, why they looking at each other like that? I'm so sick of these anime fights having sexual tension. Like, why can't y'all fight like just normal people? Why is this nigga using the blast to show his hair? Like, we get it, you saucy. And after that, Vegeta decides it's time to stop playing games, and he amps up to Super Saiyan. And this is when the fight goes from somewhat comp to a complete ass whooping. As Buuhan starts waffling about how he's stronger because he has 3 Saiyans instead of 2, like, dog, we do not care, and neither does Vegito. He tells Buuhan to bring it, and this causes Buuhan to lunge towards Vegito, but he leaves it by merely moving his shoulders, causing Buuhan to miss. And this is where we start to see the blatant disrespect Vegito facilitates towards Buuhan. As Buuhan goes 0-20, no Tony Snell, he tries to swing on Vegito, but he teleports out of it, only to appear in the exact same pose. Like, not as wicked! And if you're familiar with this channel, you will know that this is the exact move Cooler hit Goku with in Cooler's Revenge. This is aura farming at its finest. Buuhan aims a Kamehameha towards Vegito, but Vegito pimp smacks it away. Get that weak ass shit out of here. This causes Buuhan to start getting mad. Like, look at bro, he's fuming. He got so mad that he was able to create a smoke screen out of pure stress. Talking about some you can't see me now. Like, dog, you are not John Cena. And guess what? That don't work. There's no way out of this one. And he gets whooped out of his own technique. Vegito then proceeds to grab Buuhan's legs and WWE slams him into the ground. And to top it off, he uses Spirit Sword to drag Buu out of the ground. And you already know that Vegito had to show off the pearly whites. That man said this dental plan ain't going no ways. Vegito got this man Buuhan so mad that he got veins on top of his veins. And my question is, how aggravated do you have to be in life to have double stacked veins? But now this is when the fight starts to get weird, because Buuhan decides to jump into Vegito's body. Like, hey, yo! Buuhan, you freaky ass nigga! Despite having another man inside of him, Vegito is non-stressing. He powers up and uses ki energy to force the excess weight out of his body. In short, Buuhan is not in control here. And after some time, Buuhan decided it would be best to abort ship. Buuhan was getting so desperate that he had to get in his bag. Bro unlocked his full passive. He sums up a group of kamikaze ghosts, and he orders them to blast Vegito at full power. And I'm not gonna lie, they got my goat Vegito looking a little scared. Vegito tries to maneuver around the blast, but Buuhan installed that bit with homing tracking to make sure that it was impossible for Vegito to escape. Vegito dives into some canyons and uses a tight space to get rid of some of the ki blast, but he's taken aback by 3 of the ghosts who corner him and give him hell. Buuhan starts laughing, and to give him credit, this ghost strategy was a good play. But unfortunately, Buuhan comes to the realization that Vegito, like a clean school restroom, is nowhere to be seen. And just as he's about to connect the jock, Vegito snipes him right in the head. It was getting so dire for Buuhan that this man man resorted to turning Vegito into chocolate to secure the dub. But Vegito is so broken that he's able to bypass the restriction and whoop Buuhan in candy form. So Buuhan had no choice but to turn this man back into his regular form. And at this point, if I'm Buuhan, I would have just given up, because the physical, mental, and verbal abuse would just not be worth it. Like, I would not tolerate the way that Vegito was talking to Buuhan. It was getting to a point that Vegito was boxing Buuhan up with just his feet. I would be damned to have my strongest attack be swatted away by some King Vegeta 4s. Anyways, I want you to peep this scene right here. This man Buuhan got so frustrated that he went full caveman mode. Niggas started screaming out to the heavens. And from what I heard, this shot was so powerful that it threatened to tear holes across the universe. But if you're familiar with how strong Dragon Ball characters are, this should be no surprise. After screaming, Buuhan lunges at Vegito, but Vegito starts moving. He said, and he dodges all them hoes. These two were moving so fast that it couldn't even be displayed on the show. After dealing with Boo's onslaught, he counters his kick with a knee. And don't forget this two-piece. Hold this knee real quick. Where the fuck you going? Hold this big kick. You know what? Hold this light show, pussy. Off topic, but the artwork in this fight was clean as hell. This was prime Yaramura, straight cooking. But after some more abuse, Buuhan finally manages to absorb Vegito. But the thing is, this was Vegito's plan the whole time. But as soon as he gets inside Buuhan's body, the magic inside Buu causes the fusion to defuse, ending the fight in a Buuhan victory. But despite Buu technically winning, we all know that the real victor was Vegito. He had this man Buuhan looking crazy, straight embarrassing, bro. In the future, I'll plan to make a video on like the worst whoopings in anime, so stay tuned for that. I'll be streaming on Twitch, so go support the channel. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on my socials. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day, and I'm out.